Are we live? I think we are. This is.
I don't know. Who knows? I was like,
This is me,
this could be, this
Chrono
could be,
JJ.
this could be a recorded thing that we just uploaded and put streamed, and I just no one would have any idea.
The person with me is BoIt, and we are streaming Joe versus Kimo. This is all the way up to the double elimination stage again, round one. I skipped a few games in the round of 16 because it was taking just way too long for me to find time to get to them. So maybe we'll go back to them at the end. I don't know. But this is double elimination stage, round one, Joe versus Kimo. I already did player versus Hell's Ravage. That was the other video. And then today is one of the other four, I guess. Matches Joe versus
Player
Kimo.
versus Hell's Ravage without me.
Well, I did it live, man. I think you were asleep.
I was definitely asleep.
Yeah. So Joe versus Kimo, the two Egyptian mains historically, or hysterically, however you want to talk about it. And they play on, let's see, what is this map? Lumber Camp? I kept calling it Moat earlier, but it's Lumber Camp. Then Anatolia, then Marsh, then Watering Hole, then Tundra. Of course, if we get that far. And, oh man, you finally caught me live, and we will do our Nieten around Malingam. I probably shredded the crap out of that. Good to have you on board.
No idea what. I need to get Chrono JJ's chat up so that I can understand what he's saying when he says it. Because at the moment, I'm just like, what is going on here?
Well, he said finally to catch me live. Anyway, we will get into these games. It's kind of late at night, and we will try not to wait too long here. We actually almost all ready to go. I got my thing set up. We'll narrow this down a little bit. I got BoIt alongside me. Things are just peachy around here. I got Blossom Goose in the chat.
Blossom Goose is spamming emotes. This is what I like to say.
Oh yeah. Let me change to the tournament game. Here we go.
Yes, mate. Cookie Q. Hey, my friend. Welcome back. You missed nothing. We just started.
We are just
you missed
started.
me bantering with Chrono JJ about random shit, but apart from that, we're nothing juicy.
Alrighty, well, you ready to get into these games here?
Nothing would make me happier, Chrono.
Okay, alright, let me just make sure I got my... Yep, there we go. We are ready to go. Mr. Blossom is ready to go. Mr. Nieten. Hey, Zebchi is along too. You got me and BoIt here with tonight. And
Zebchi. He knows what's good.
He knows what's up. Anyway, let me Alrighty. I got the game load up. I'm at 0, 0, 0. I'll do my best to try to keep up with your fast computer, Mr. BoIt.
You know what they say about fast computers.
What? What?
Well, they go fast.
Okay, insight from BoIt there. There you have it.
It's gonna be a silly stream. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, you have no. I'm on no sleep. You're on no sleep. Are you ready to go?
Let's do this.
All right, 3, 2, 1, and go.
What is going on, everyone? My name's BoIt, and I'm joined with the effervescent Chrono JJ here, spawning in the top of the map in the blue color, playing his Ra. He's from the DoD clan, and his name is Joe. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Kimo. The map is Lumber Camp. It's the best, or the round of 8, I should say. First double elim game. What insightful insight can you offer us here, Chrono JJ?
Well, I see Kimo going Oranos, which I was not expecting that. I mean, he's an Egyptian main by trade, and I think this is a good Egyptian map. I'm kind of surprised to see him go Oranos here. Like, I guess I don't even know how good as Oranos is. Don't know if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good from all of the history I've seen. You know, I've seen I've seen old mate Kimo go very, very well with his Oranos. If you looked at the games played and how many games and win rate in that little graph that someone put up on RTS Sanctuary, his Oranos was around like an 80% win rate with like quite a hefty amount of games played. And while he may have been playing against low level players or something, like it's still like he's got a lot of good wins with Oranos. So
Yeah, well, he's a
something
really
you
good
can do with
player.
it.
Yeah, he's a good player. I guess I'm just surprised to see him go Oranos on this map, because it is one of the newer maps that were introduced for the tournament. So they probably haven't. Most viewers probably haven't seen it prior to this tournament, that's for sure. But it's pretty simple. You got this one narrow band that connects kind of both players. There's usually about 8 fish per player, or so. So fishing is worth it, but it's not like everything. 2, 4,
Yeah,
6,
it's
8, 2,
if you
4,
compare it
6, 8.
to a normal map, a normal water map like Anatolia, it's kind of like Anatolia, except there's only one lot of fish. You get one less fish, right, on your little bit, but it plays a little bit like if both players would only go one side of the fish.
Yeah, because
And then it also plays a little bit like Mediterranean in that you have to be able to rotate around the water and make sure that you are fighting on both sides. Otherwise, you lose map control on one side and you can never finish the game.
yeah, and it is Anatolia. Each side gives 9 fish per player, and this is 8 fish, so it is pretty comparable. But obviously, whenever you get a new map like this, it's kind of interesting to see how players play it and kind of see what works. Like I like Egyptian on this map because of the cheap docks. You can kind of spam them and do really well against the enemy, especially Oranos with the weaker boats.
Yeah, well, especially with the cheaper docks, right? You can have like the 4 different fish spawns or spots with 2 fish in each. So you only need to build 4 docks on top of each of them, and then you only have to build out a couple of archer ships just to sit underneath those docks. And what does your opponent do to push you off those? And then you can go into that quick second town center or something like that as well on the back of it without having to commit too hard to the water.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, really, I think the way maybe to play this as the Oranos is to get a Valor with your initial 3 Oracles and then Promethean and then push on the forward docks, I think, and then a couple Biremes. Kind of what I see is the play here. Let's see. What is Kimo going to be aging up at here? He's about 60% over here.
Yeah, it's gonna be that stand 430, maybe a touch behind because it's a water map and nobody knows how to force drop fishing ships. And we're gonna probably see something similar from Joe. He's a little bit later, but it's not gonna matter too much. And he's already got the 11 villagers on gold in order to get that town center that he's gonna want straight away. He's chucking up walls to protect his docks. Oracles are in position for that Valor. As it comes down to the 440 minutes mark, if you are playing at home, we are 445 now. So, yes.
Yeah, where's the Promethean though? Okay, here's it's coming. So yeah, Kimo is doing what I thought he would. It's a quick advance for Joe too, though. 5 minutes.
Yeah, we've got this is exactly correct at this point because there's not a lot that Joe can do to defend against this one. He needs to have his Pharaoh to empower the town center, and his priests are he's not going to be enough with the Wadjet to beat the Promethean and the Oracles. So this thing here for Kimo is literally just damage. Getting a little bit in front. Joe's happy to just sacrifice this water, I think. He's not going to be too upset about it. Just needs to garrison fishing ships for a little bit until he can get some units out. Just sacrifice the food income.
Yeah, for sure.
A little bit in this game.
Joe's just going for a 2 town center. He's a little bit slow in getting his monument out because he'll want to get Shadif out for his farms. But yeah, he's basically just kind of doing nothing on water, which really isn't that bad here. I mean, the Atlantean probably won't ever get more than like 10 fish unless he really docks all the way on the far side. So this isn't bad for him here.
Kimo is actually doing this really nicely. He's only built 3 bareems. He's pushed off 4 fish. Oh yeah, he's pushed off 4 fish and killed 2 fishing ships, and he's getting his second town center. So he should be in a really good position here. And now Joe's starting to decide he wants to fight here with the Covenants, picking off some of these oracles as they're running away. And they're short little legs, but they do move very fast.
Yeah, Kimo needs to. Kimo does need to kill this dock, though. He definitely does.
Yeah, he's getting nice and close. Only 300 HP left in it, and he's got quite a few bareem now that his town center's up, so he can start spamming them pretty hard. And I think Joe just wants Kimo to overcommit to the water here, and then just get the rain happening or something like that.
Yeah, it looks like because the few boats that he did made has really kind of encouraged Kimo to make quite a few more.
Yeah, but he's actually playing super well. He's only produced 7, which means 3 Covenants that Joe's made. It's only like an extra 400 wood that he's investing in these bareems. He's managed to pick off a dock. He's managed to pick off 4 fishing ships. He's grabbed himself another 2 fishing spots if he wants to build the fishing ships for them. And at this point, he kind of should just sit in that little space above the docks and just prevent even more fish from being gathered.
Yeah, for sure.
And he gets another fishing ship there as well. So he's actually putting a lot of really, really good pressure onto Joe. But I think, as we're saying here, with this early second town center here and the fact that there's not that much fish that can be grabbed, Joe's just happy to sacrifice it here. Sit 2 town centers, go for the boom on the land. Kimo is going to be in exactly the same position though, so he's going to have to make something else happen here and make sure he prevents the 3rd town center from Joe. And
yeah, I would have liked to have seen Kimo. It's pretty standard for the Oranos to get land pressure first. I would have liked to have seen Kimo grab or try to grab Joe's forward because, as mentioned by Invert in the chat, it is very far forward, that one on the right.
Yeah. JJ, if you could fix up your mic sensitivity, then you'll stop cutting out on my end.
Oh, am I cutting out? Okay.
Just a little bit, yeah.
I'll just talk
jump on top of. Yeah, okay. Just to jump on top of what JJ just said there. If you move up, so he's just grabbed this 3rd town. Why Kimo shouldn't just move forward and grab the 4th town center and then potentially set up for 4-2 town center advantage here. But he's just decided to play it safe, I guess.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's... Well, okay, he's sending a Vili up now, but I think really your only chance here, if you like go late game versus the Ra, is to be... You have to be up 4-2 town centers, otherwise I don't know if you'd be able to win.
Yeah, as soon as Ra gets out, Son of the Sire, really tough for Oranos to fight the Ra army, as we're seeing rain come down 9 minutes into the game. More bags coming up. I don't think we see an armory just yet, so surprised that that's not happening. Looks like Joe's just going to be sitting back for the most part of this game. Maybe just trying to defend for a little bit. Oh no, he does have his armory up.
Yeah, he does.
He's advancing through battle, so that's fine. I like this from Kimo though. He's strung up a sky passage on that forward town center there, so now he's going to be able to hop around the map. I wouldn't mind actually seeing. You can get vortexes around this, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind seeing that god on this map. I can't remember who it is because you never see it.
It's Helios.
Atlas? No.
Helios.
See Helios on this map, and then get some nice vortexes onto exposed gold. These back gold mines expire, which has almost got rid of one of the large gold mines here on the top side. And he's going to chew through it by the time we get to the mythic age. He's going to be able to just pop over to the other side of the map with sky passages and vortex. Most of the time we just see gates, so maybe not. Who knows?
If he can hold all 4, he still doesn't. I don't know why he's delaying so long to get this town center, but if he can hold full pop all 4 town centers, I think Kimo would be in a pretty decent spot. I think Joe might end up just going like to a quick mythic though here.
Yeah, for sure. That's the way we always see Egyptian playing against Atlantean and having success against Atlantean is the early mythic age with Son of Osiris, with the mummies, and just trying to make a push onto that third town center. If they can get the third town center without losing the Son of Osiris, then it's really challenging. Now, Joe's actually got some war barges out, so he's going to start putting some pressure onto Kimo's food. But I'm assuming Kimo doesn't mind too much about losing this war at this point after being on 3 town centers for so long, being that important.
One thing I am noticing though for Kimo is he's really playing defensively. Like his army is far bigger than Joe's, but Kimo is like doing almost nothing with it.
Yeah, it's bizarre because he does have, there is like an exposed gold mine that he could be pushing off. It's only got 6 villages on it, but every little bit of damage you can do to the player is really important. If you just sit back and let the Ra player do what they want, it's normally lights out for most civilizations. So
yeah, and
we'll see if it pays off for him here, but I feel like Joe's going to be in a good position once he clicks up.
Yeah, and I'd say
clicked up.
Kimo is also seems like he's even aging up to age 3, like slower than what he should be. I think he's a little behind, just kind of, I don't know, for no reason, kind of.
Yeah. He's just advanced through Hyperion here. So the AIDS jumping is simply just because Joe's not producing military or hasn't. He's been in like really low population. He's finally starting to build stuff now. He's actually got 2k gold in the bank. A classic Ra maneuver. But Kimo's had to fully pop, which probably was unnecessary. He could have been age jumping a little bit earlier, but we are going to see that mythic age probably come in full in the next minute and a half as he's chucking up his market, trying to advance and doing all that good stuff.
Kimo's got a raid on his gold mine down on the bottom while his and
huge raid. Lucas comes down and has to cast Chaos and Shockwave in order to save these villages. Ouch.
Yeah,
there's still a Gaia cavalry chasing them away. Yeah. You could turn around and just kill that now without any issues, but that hurts.
You don't want to.
You want to be using. You want to save Chaos to kill off the 3 mummy, and kill them off while they're in there to get the 3 mummy special onto your opponent's units, and you pick off 4 or 5 cavalry inside the army of your opponent there. So that's super unfortunate.
Yeah, and Kimo is not going to get that forward town center up, which should have been up like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, just imagine if he'd done it in the reversed order and got that forward town center and then was throwing up that back town center now as well. Like, it just wouldn't, this army would not be there yet, and you would be totally fine to defend against.
Because yeah, Kimo's got a ton of resources in the bank, but he's really can't do anything with it because he's full pop and doesn't even have fortified town centers yet.
Yeah, it's the macro is definitely letting him down here. Or even just like spending his resources on things like line upgrades. He's still on base Murmillo, not even medium Murmillo. Son of Osiris is out here completely shredding these Oranos units.
Yeah. And then you got the rock flying over to save Sonny Boy.
Yeah, but I mean, the big issue here right now for Joe is that somehow, with that army that he had, it wasn't puny, but with that army he had, he managed to do 50 or just over 50% of the HP to that Son of Osiris. So if he can do that again, that's a dead Son of Osiris. And that kind of evens the army fighting. It's going to be the third town center. It's going to be secured now for Joe, so he's going to be able to get full pop, and it's going to get harder and harder to kill off that Son of Osiris.
Yeah, and Joe, I mean, Kimo right now is at like 120 military pop, and Joe is full pop and about to get another town center. Like, I mean, at this point, Kimo's going to have such a hard time late game Ra, I mean, good luck.
Yeah, he's gone through Hecate as well, which is going to give him a little bit of breathing room if he can get the Tartarian gate down on a good location. But he's at the moment building a palace and being attacked by mummies and chariot archers and everything. He's got like 3,000 resources in the bank, but he's only got 5 military built. And units for Atlantean don't produce that fast. Contrary to popular belief, they do have like around about the same build time as the Greek units. So you need to have roughly 4 military buildings per town center you have. If you have 3 town centers, you should be on 12 military buildings in order to compete with the spam
Man,
of
he didn't even get that palace off. He lost 4 villies down there.
Yeah, it hurts so much. I mean, he's going to be able to build them back really quickly from his 3 town centers, but not getting the palace up, losing the potential resources he could have got there is really big. And
Yeah.
no armory upgrades at all for Kimo. Joe has his bronze upgrades.
Yeah, it's just Kimo just had the bigger army early, but like never did anything with it, and now he's on defensive, and this is defensive against Ra when you're Oranos is not where you want to be. That's usually signs of bad things to come.
Yeah, but he does have these Contarius out. We don't often get to see the Oranos army with these Contarius. They're heavy and they're very strong units, so maybe they'll help out with this army here. He's definitely not out of this one yet. He's still got access to his Mythic Age God Barrier. He's still got 1 charge of Chaos left, 1 Shockwave left. He's gonna have to make something happen here if he wants to win. He can't just let this go on like this. But he's got some options here.
Yeah, I would have preferred to see, with the way the map is framed, with that water in the middle, I would have, like you mentioned earlier, rather see Helios instead of Hecate.
Oh, and there is the Tartarian gate getting thrown down on top of this town center. It doesn't hit any villages here at all. And there's also a catapult over here already.
Right.
Son of Osiris, two hits the Tartarian spawns. So this is not going to help him out at all.
This is some peculiar play, I have to admit.
Yeah, it's like all of his mechanics are kind of working, but his decision making is just a little bit, as you say, peculiar.
Yeah, like he saw the catapult there, and like would have known that more catapults would come, and yet he cast it right there anyway.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, his army is just fighting 3 mercenaries at the front.
Yeah, and this Tartarian gate is about to get picked off. All the fish is being picked off as well. Oh, yeah. Joe is picking off some of Kimo's fish here, but as we mentioned before, the fish really doesn't matter when you're on full villager population. Yeah, well, now the Tartarian gate is gone. This Tartarian spawn is going to get picked off real quickly. I mean, if Joe just right-clicked his Son of Osiris onto them, they would die very quickly, but he's not doing it. He's rather going to go stronghold up.
Kimo lost his palace in the bottom right to a random catapult, too.
Oh, yeah, we've got Joe setting up walls up here, ready to start doing the slow push.
Yeah.
Really smart play.
And it is nice, so even though there aren't any town centers in water range, it is helpful to get a few siege boats on it, because it does control, I mean, I don't know if he's going to late game anyway, but it does control a lot of the land if you get a siege boat on there.
Yeah, you can do a little bit with it, like you stop walls on the sides, so you can make your way through. And anything that's really close, like potentially one of these Migdol strongholds is, well, not really close enough, maybe the Siege Workshop is, but there's some stuff that's quite close to the shore you can deal with. Kim was trying to move forward with the watchtowers and get destroyed really fast by catapult. I see this all too often. We are seeing Secrets of the Titans come through for Kimo here. I see this all too often where everyone who's playing against Egyptian knows that if you get watchtowers up close to the enemy town center, you counter mercenary cavalry, because mercenary cavalry cost no population, watchtowers cost no population. But everyone sets up their watchtowers way too close to the town center, and then they just get completely destroyed by the catapults. behind the chariot archers. You have to set up further back and push forward with walls and towers before you start going for the town center.
Joe's push actually isn't as happening as fast as I thought it would, and he's currently at 46 favor, so he can't research Seeker of the Titans yet.
And Kimo taps out.
And he just,
GG.
I think Joe
has Titan Gate coming through, and it would have been hard for him to win for sure, but he's got Titans coming through, so at least he can see what happens there.
Well, I think Joe is starting to research it right at the end. That is kind of a weird. I mean, he wouldn't have ended up winning.
He's got no resources. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, and he ran out of
GG.
he ran out of gold. Yeah, I think he had a ton of idle. Yeah, that was. I mean, he could have played it out a little bit further.
Yeah.
But
he knows when he's lost. I guess he's played the game long enough. He's played Joe enough.
Does Kimo still give the funniest gibberish IMs? It's been a little while since he sent me those because I think he finally realized that I just read them for the lols. But it's been a while. But are these special maps, Zebchi's wanting to know, are they throwing off the play? Well, I wouldn't say so much. Maybe this game, I mean... But one thing I will say is that Kimo is kind of one of those players that he plays all day, but I don't think he really specifically prepares for anything. So I wouldn't be surprised, knowing him, if he wouldn't have even looked at this map before he played on it, just because that's the kind of person he is.
I think it was pretty clear that he's checked the map out.
I mean, he knew it was water, but...
At least once. He knows that there's 8 fish. He knew that very, very well. He knew what strategy he should do. He just made some peculiar decisions.
Well, he didn't do anything.
At all. He understood that Joe wasn't making military. He could have not made military himself and chased the age jumping and potentially been fine here. And it definitely was not any imbalances here that allowed Joe to just win this one. It's all decision.
No, it was just he did nothing. I mean, if Kimo just fortifies up, and really, I mean, aging Mythic here doesn't give him much value. If he just stays heroic, gets the forward town center, fortifies up, he's forwarded 2 town centers, and it would, as long as he stays full pop, it would take a while for Joe to push through.
Yeah, and as we mentioned before, if you can kill that Son of Osiris off before this 3rd town center gets grabbed by Joe, if you're for Kimo, then you're actually not in a bad position in the early Mythic Age.
Yeah.
To make a push. But because the Son of Osiris is there, you just can't attack this location. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, Son of Osiris, mercenaries, chariot archers. Greek isn't watching the stream because he doesn't want spoilers. Why is Kimo not eggy? Well, I know that Kimo does like to comment that he feels like Ra is strong, or not, I mean not Ra, is that, not Ra. Oranos is strong against Ra especially, so I don't know if he went Oranos here because he thinks Oranos is overpowered, or I'm not really sure, but he played like he wasn't really sure. It's kind of what it was.
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe we should move on to that next game.
Maybe we shall. We will give Joe his win. And we will move on. Mista's still the best. Mista's inactive right now. He's been inactive for maybe a year or so. Mista got beaten by me in the tournament first round.
I'm just gonna grab a quick drink of water and I'll be back, Chrono. You entertain everybody.
Alrighty, that'll work. So yeah, we'll wait for BoIt to get back. You think these girls think I watch a bald bearded man online? Well, you do. Oh, don't you? Well, yeah. This is just like, given what Kimo did here. I mean, he did it okay. Like, as far as the game plan, but he just did nothing with his army and never got this like, if he just gets 4-2 town center, he'd be in a pretty decent spot, but he's not. I shaved the, if you're referring to my beard, I shaved it. But how is the fam? The fam is great. Cam turned 5. What is today? 2 days ago was his birthday? Yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah, that is the round of 8 bracket there, Zebchi. If you want the round of the original bracket, I can give that. Do I think GSS could handle Mista? I'm not sure if they played much when Mista was. I don't know. See, I think GSS is fairly. He's been here a few years, but I don't know if he's ever really played. I don't know if they ever really played each other at their prime. I think it'd be close because GSS is really good, but he just never plays a tournament. So I don't know. I say this before, and I'll say it again, and I'll probably say it again after this. Is that the random Voobly 1v1s don't do a whole lot for me. I feel like the tournaments are really where you can see who truly is the best player or not. So GSS winning a bunch of random 1v1s, I guess, doesn't really matter too much to me. Why don't Mr. Mager and the old pros play anymore? Well, because most of them have moved on in life, unlike me and BoIt.
Ouch.
Who are stuck in here reliving our old glory days. Reminiscing, pretending like we're still good.
These words hurt.
Imagine if AOM was as popular as StarCraft. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. It's still amazing, I feel like, though, that there is a community that still plays AOM, though. I mean, that's still pretty awesome. I mean, we got enough of a community to have this nice tournament, so that's pretty awesome. But anyway, let us move on to game number 2. Are you ready, BoIt?
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys ready, chat? You're Greek too. Yeah, I'll send him to your school. Maybe I haven't moved on, but I have 335. Some viewers. Magic is best in the Mista. I think they're pretty similar. I wouldn't really say one is better than the other. I think they're pretty similar. They've exchanged blows over and over. But anyway, let's get into this game. You ready for the big countdown?
The big countdown.
Yeah, we'll start at 4 this time to throw things off. So 4.
Wait, are we going to 4, 3, 2, 1 go, or is it 4, 3, 2, 1?
No, 4, 3, 2, 1 go. So. Oh, you're a dope musician too. 4,
oh, thanks, Gregg.
3, 2, 1, go.
What is going on, everyone? My name's BoIt, and I am joined with one of the most handsome-looking Asian mythology personalities in the entire world. His name is Chrono JJ, spawning at the top of the map in the blue color, play as Isis. His name is Joe's opponent today, also playing as Isis. His name is Kimo. The map is Anatolia. Joe's up 1-0 in this best of 5 and for the Bill Gregg Open. I'm excited.
Get your breath. I'm excited, but maybe not quite as much as you. You can hardly breathe over there. Hopefully, we'll see a little bit more in this game from Kimo than the last game. Though Kimo is going Isis, And Joe obviously also Isis, and Isis is Joe's main. Kimo's main primarily is Ra. Just in the head-to-head,
Mm-hmm.
I'd give Joe the edge here just based on experience. So we'll see what happens though.
Yep, yep. I mean, Anatolia is the it's the map which everybody says is ISIS's best map,
Hmm.
and as potentially Anatolia the best god for Anatolia is potentially ISIS. Uh, all that being said, Zeus works really well on this map. Poseidon works really well on this map. We've seen some Norse do good things on this map as well. So I don't think it's as cut as dry anymore that ISIS just wins. So I'm a bit not fully sure about the thought process here behind for this one from Kimo here. We all expect Joe to go ISIS. He's the Egyptian man. Kimo plays more gods than Joe. Would have expected to see him pull something out from his bag of tricks, but no tricks today.
Well, no, no. We'll see if he has any tricks in the game. But yeah, not. And I mean, one trick he is doing right now is he's eating his chicken instead of his boar, which is not good because the boar can gather food from them so much
Mm.
faster.
Yeah, you can go if you're on the boar, you can go 4 villages on the boar and create and have constant villager production. But if you're on the chicken, you need to have 5 villagers on the chicken, and maybe even you also need the pharaoh to empower the food. It just means you get less wood and get less fishing ships out, and
Yeah,
fishing ships are really important, man.
the starting boar might have just been out of line of sight. I think maybe at the start. I'm not sure. Like, I wasn't paying super attention. They could have been just out of line of sight, which could have kind
Yeah,
of
really close, really close.
contributed. But we do see Kimo docking on the top and Joe putting 2 docks on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yes, this is still the Bill Gregg Open Tournament, Raven Girl. We still got like probably 3 or 4 more weeks. Can we see JJ versus BoIt soon? Maybe.
Steal 1 fish or steal 2 fish by docking 2 times on the bottom. But if you don't get any of these fish, which it looks like he's actually not going to get, it's just inefficient because you get your 9 fishing ships out and you can't build any more fish over there. We are seeing that third dock coming up before the temple from Joe though, so he's going to be advancing really late here and trying to snag up the 18 fish before he advances. I think that'll be something similar to what Kimo does here as well.
Yeah, when you're Egyptian versus Egyptian, there's generally not much of a point to advance that early. You'll see what we've got going on here is docks on all the fish, get all the fish upgrade. Not get the fish upgrade, but get every single fishing spot full of fish, and then you age up like at 540 or something like that.
Yeah. I think there is a build order that gets you up at 530 with the 18 fish, but it's very tight. You have to know exactly what you're doing, and it doesn't happen when you go double dock on the bottom side. You have to go 1 dock on the bottom, 1 dock on the top, and then you build the next docks later in the game. But Joe's, it's not going to be that big of a deal. It's only going to be a couple of seconds difference, so all good for Joe. I think we are going to probably just see this be a really slow map or matchup here. We're not going to. I doubt we'll see fast heroics here. I think we're just going to see early second town center grabs, potentially 3 town center grabs, and maybe a small amount of cabinets. Other than that, it's going to be a slow one until we're fighting for the middle town centers,
Uh,
which are
I,
quite close to each other.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a fast heroic.
Really?
Because the center is so important. I could see going forward and maybe grabbing a forward town center and aging up at like 930. But I could also see just a straight 1 town center age up. Because if one ISIS gets control of the middle and builds a settlement, and then like a Migdal close to the other settlement, he can kind of prevent the other one from ever getting that forward town center. Three-Eye Odin is knocked out and eaten, and upgraded hunting is the fastest food in the game.
Then so. all you say is correct. The other option we have here, which is another thing that sometimes actually does look like Joe is going for that fast heroic. The other option is to build like 8 cabinets, and you go and you get up and you advance to the heroic age at about the 8-minute mark. You get Persine, you build 8 cabinets, you get an armory straight away, and you just build villages to gold straight away, and you advance at about the 8-minute mark. You have 8 cabinets, and you can just go from there. And you do, which can be fairly important because of how big building war elephants are here. And there's the armory up for Joe. You were very correct. We do see a fast heroic from Joe.
Yeah, I think Kimo will be doing the same thing, just slower. Yeah, to me, fast heroic is kind of king here. That's my opinion on the matter.
Right. Well, we're seeing Kimo do the standard ISIS play here, which is build the eight or so cabinets and then advance to the heroic age. He'll be up in about 20 to 30 seconds, or 30 seconds to a minute, and then he'll have to be playing a little bit from behind on the land because the stronghold will come up.
See, the other reason I like the fast heroic is ISIS here is that you get a Leviathan when you age up.
Yeah.
And that's super. It tanks so much damage. I mean, and it does pretty good damage too. So I mean, if he's getting that Leviathan out 30 seconds faster, to me the value is there to rush to the heroic.
Yeah, yeah. And this build from Kimo is definitely more of a against Greek and Norse and Atlantean kind of thing, I think.
Because yeah, it looks like Joe's gonna come forward.
Yeah, it's gonna be about 50-second difference on that heroic age, which is gonna be huge.
Yeah, that's too slow.
And going for the town center first is. I guess you go for the town center and then maybe try and get the Migdal stronghold up on the other town center, and you'd be okay.
That's.
Get the Leviathan
I mean,
spawned out, fish away.
That's what I'd do if I were the first one to advance. Well, it could go either way. It'd be nice if his pharaoh actually empowered the town center, but
yeah, not pushing the idle military button there, Joe. It's a very important button. Oh, and he's going to pick off that Sphinx as well. That's kind of big.
Yeah, it is.
I definitely prefer to chuck the Migdal up first, get out some chariot archers, and then go for the other town center. But Joe's opting for this one, so we'll see if it works for him or not.
I mean, he can kind of afford to do it because of how much faster he's advancing, but I mean, he should be putting up this Migdal now.
Yeah, does he have? Must not have gold yet. Oh, he does have. Oh, he doesn't have favor. His monument went up too late. He's only on
favor. That's why. Okay, that makes more sense then. That's probably why you put the settlement up first.
Yeah. Mistakes.
But Kimo only has 7. Oh no, he's making his other Migdal. Okay.
Yeah. So it's really important now that we don't build too many chariot archers here because war elephants are super strong. So sometimes I see people actually building up a barracks in this situation just to build out a couple of slingers to go with their war elephants, but you don't build out too many. It's just like as a safety because your war elephants take so long to build, just in case your opponent masses chariots. And we are seeing Kimo making. It looked like he was making chariot archers, but he stopped making them.
See, Kimo's grabbing his back town center again. He actually would probably. Oh, now is he getting his front one too?
This is greedy. This is super greedy. He's going for the 3 town centers here. He's just going to have to get the first Ancestors Eclipse off. That's going to be the big thing. And there's already 9 priests here.
It's going to be so useless, though.
Yeah. He gets it off. That forces Joe back. But like you say, like as soon as he decides, I mean, Joe could just turn around and just nuke these units. He picks off the Scorpion Man instantly, and then the Ancestors decide to make way, and they're going to look for some villages somewhere else away from the priest, but there's not really anywhere for them to run. Maybe there is. Run this gold mine. Joe's priest is kind of out of position, but it's okay.
Kimo is really behind on the military production, And he's getting no value,
Yeah.
absolutely no value out of his Ancestor's Eclipse. Like, nothing.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get out another 5 or 6 priests in order to fight off this push. And then not only that, he's also got the chariot archers, which are not going to be able to defend his units at all. Like, well, he's not going to be able to do any damage against the war elements because they have 40% pierce armor.
Yeah,
So when this push comes in for Joe, this town center is going down for sure.
Kimo has a ton of resources, but he's not making elephants. That's a big mistake.
Yeah, now he's making out some cavalry as well.
Oh, that's the wrong.
He's chucking up buildings to help him out, but I think these aren't going to last very long. There's 2 siege towers. There's 5 war elephants, and Ancestor Eclipse comes down. And here comes the push.
The camel's the wrong unit here.
No, yeah. The camel are going to get shredded by the priest and the pharaoh and the chariot archers. After the Ancestor, well, yeah. And then everything else is just going to tank and deal damage to this town center. It's going to hurt. Ouch, this is a huge fight here. And we've also got the Scorpion Man and Priest for some reason on the back line of the just dodging out arrow fire from the priests. Or I should say rock fire.
Yeah. Oh man, the Pharaoh. Joe needs to target the Pharaoh with like a priest so he doesn't empower. But town center's still gonna go down.
Yeah, town center's down at 12 minutes into the game. Joe's gonna push through this. He's gonna get control of this town center. He's already got his back town center up, so it's gonna be 4 town centers to 2 town centers. Joe's economy is gigantic right now. So he's moving in and showing Kimo who's boss here.
Yeah. Kimo is just way too slow to make an army. Like, he had 1,000 food and 700 gold, and just his Migdal was idle trying to build a chariot that he didn't have wood for, and then
this is just classic. It's kind of just classic Egyptian inexperience. You need to build more than one Migdal stronghold here. And in fact, and Joe's done that. That's why he's got so many units out. Like, you can't just hit one Migdal stronghold and expect to be able to make units.
Yeah, because Kimo's got 2,200 resources in the bank.
Yeah, he was probably trying to get to the Mythic Age or something. Sometimes rushing Mythic Age here and then casting like a meteor onto, or getting up Son of Osiris to counter the ancestors is a way to go, but it's just too slow. He's trying to get his Migdal stronghold back up, but there's already a Scorpion Man and Sphinx over here, just picking those guys off. It hurts.
If Joe can get this town center up, it's basically over at that point.
Yeah, and Kimo's just gonna tap out here as he's realized he's lost too many villages, got no army left, has no Migdal stronghold, loses his foothold on that Ford gold mine and his town center. It's gonna be lights out. He's got no gold left in the base as well as his one gold mine expires. So completely GG there. Really strong timing push by Joe.
Yeah, man. So the question in the chat, why did he waste Ancestors like that, Kimo? He had to be the one to cast Ancestors Eclipse first, or he would not, his town center would have gone down earlier. So Kimo had to use it first to get the town center, but he got no value out of it. All it was basically like kind of like a ceasefire in a way. It gave him 30 seconds to grab his town center, but then you're right, on the counter push, then you have Joe with the Ancestors Eclipse and the bigger army.
Yeah, I think if Kimo had just gone for that forward town center instead of the back town center, still had to use Ancestors Eclipse, but while he did that, had the ceasefire, went for his Mythic Age, get Cyrus out, then he'd be able to defend against that push that comes back in, and actually would have been in a pretty good spot, I think.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can hold after spending 2k resources on Mythic Age if the other Egyptian pushes like this.
Or you sit in this little alcove here. You have your son of Osiris kill off all the ancestors instantly. Probably
If
going to lose your town center, but you pick off so much of his stuff, and then you make a push backwards, and you still have that second medium gold mine to fall back on. You have Mythic Age Spike to push back. At least you've not like full on lost the game.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think you can get to Mythic and get Osiris before that push comes.
You have the minute in Ancestors Eclipse to advance. Like, you have the resources, that's all I'm saying. Like, if you didn't build the second town center, you had the resources to advance. The other option would have been to just build a second Migdol stronghold instead of the second town center. If you build the second, then that push doesn't work either, I suppose. It's a much cheaper way to stop the push.
Yeah, I mean, let's take a look at the post game, I guess. I think Kimo was pretty much neck and neck, he was, as far as economy and civilians. It was just the military units, just.
Yeah. I chose to make chariot archers. Well, 20 chariot archers versus 14, so it was just no real elephants. Wasting ancestors, not building a second Migdol.
Yeah, because he couldn't push with ancestors because he didn't have an army at that time, and so they ended up just being wasted. And then Joe got his ancestors with his push, and that was kind of it right there. And it kind of goes to that just the slower advance made Kimo, or kind of forced Kimo to have to do that because he needed Ancestors Eclipse to try to get his forward town center. Because we're looking at, what was it, a 737, which that's a really good time compared to an 827, which probably in normal games versus most players, the 827 would work fine. But not against Mr. Joe.
Nope.
Obviously not.
Obviously not. All right, let's move on to game number 3.
All right. If the table link appears damaged, I think it's okay. Why do people prefer this version instead of the Steam one? Well, this version, for most people, works better. The Steam one has some performance issues, even with computers that it probably shouldn't have performance issues with. Like, I mean, I can play the Steam one, but it's really laggy. And the Steam one is also more buggy. Like, there's worse pathing and stuff like that, which is too bad. I mean, they've made improvements. I mean, since it was originally released, the extended edition when it was first came out was just awful. And it's gotten better. They've released some recent, like, patches that have helped it, but it's still, I mean, it's like trying to be a classic car, but it's not a classic car.
Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly that it doesn't run well. It's that if your opponent or anybody in your game has a crap computer, it's going to be a crap time, which a lot of people playing this game and who like this game have not upgraded their computer since like 2010. The other issue that is more relevant is on Voobly, you're playing I'm pretty sure you're playing through a virtual P2P, which is basically the same thing as a peer-to-peer network for the most part. But on Steam, you're going through the Steam servers. So for me, the best possible ping I can get is going to be 100 plus ping to somebody who's also connecting to the Sydney server. But if everybody in my game is connecting to the North America server, then I have to connect through the North America server. So I'm now sitting at 400 ping, and everybody else is now getting dragged back by me as well. Whereas if I play with those exact same people on Voobly, I connect directly to them, and it's still going to be like 250 ping, but that's still like a gigantic difference, right?
Yeah. Soulstare says you and me should play the winner of the tournament. Like a 2v1. I think we could take that.
It'd be way too easy.
Oh man.
I'm afraid that whoever wins this tournament is just not level for us. And that's just how it is.
All right, well, let's get ready for game number 3 here. Beyond Marsh. Oh wait, I chose the wrong one. Let's get on the real game
I
number 3 here.
did exactly the same thing.
Alrighty, you ready to go? Game 3 on
Yes,
Marsh. Alright.
please.
Nolgath versus... Be quiet. If I played Nolgath again, I'd beat him. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
What is going on, everyone? My name is BoIt, and I am joined with insert description Chrono JJ. Yes, I'm
Oh, am I
sorry,
supposed
I've
to
run
insert
out of
it?
words. You can insert it if you want. Describe yourself.
Spectacular.
The spectacular Chrono JJ spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing his set. His name is I Am Joe. He's playing today in the red color, playing his set as well. It's Kimo. We like seeing mirror matches. It's all about decision making and skill. There's no your god's so strong because you are that god. It's currently 2-0 for Joe. Let me fix that one up in the old score there while Chrono JJ tells me all the good things in this game that are about to happen.
Okay, well, we'll see. Set v set will involve a whole ton of animal conversions, but actually this is big, is that the hyena is on Kimo's priest, which is forcing Kimo to send a villager forward, which is not good for your economy. And I would also say, similar to our ISIS v ISIS, Joe has more experience with the set, so I would give Joe the advantage here anyway.
It's funny you say that. Yes, Joe plays more Egyptian than Kimo, but Kimo plays more games than Joe, so yeah, I'm not sure if the experience comes in that much. That was some sneaky hyena play there from
Did
Joe.
you see that? So
I
that
caught
makes
that.
that makes the priest reset his conversion. That is really good, actually. Because if the priest moves like
Yeah.
that, wow, that's pretty high IQ from Mr. Joe right there.
Yeah, some might say 300 IQ play. And while this is all going on, Joe's just happily converting ball without any pressure from Kimo.
Hmm. If that boar from Joe can find Kimo's priest, and Kimo just retasked his priest up there, so the conversion restarted.
Look, it's gonna be a hard one to find. I mean, Joe may click down through this location. Oh, the water buffalo keeps walking out of line of sight here. This is really showing Kimo's inexperience with set. You need to have the entire area
Yeah.
around the animal to be scouted. Otherwise, there's a huge potential for the water buffalo to run into black area.
Oh, and now Joe's priest is gonna show up.
Yep, Joe's priest shows up 3 minutes into the game. The board jumps onto the priest. Now the priest has to get away from there, and this is going to be huge because this just means that there's going to be so much hunt that Joe can just eat under his town center, whereas Kimo's going to have nothing.
And Kimo is building his temple with 7? 7 villagers?
Nani?
Oh, he forgot
Kimo, I think he forgot to build it. This is
either forgot or was too slow to get gold.
Yeah. And we see Ptar coming through, and Joe's beating him on that one. Has killed the priest. This is just looking really, really good for Joe right now.
Man, I mean, it just in mirror matchups like this, if like just the beginning goes wrong, it can really start like an avalanche of kind of mistakes and issues.
But check this out. This is a relic that Kimo has just picked up. It's called the Fetters of Fenrir. This is it's a very interesting relic because it kind of changes the dynamic of this matchup slightly in that he can one-hit animals, and therefore he can one-hit all of the animals that Joe's just converted if they decide to come near villages.
Man, look how close I just That is good. I'm kind of looking at how close these town centers are. Like they are ridiculously close.
The whole
And
one stream length away business.
I mean, if Joe can get a shift on the priest and pharaoh here. I don't. Is Kimo? Oh, Kimo has like no resources because he had to hunt all the way at the bottom.
That's what happens when you build a temple with seven villages.
And he had to send, and because he didn't have any hunt to convert to eat, he had to send his huntvilles walking all the way to the bottom. So Kimo is not going to be able to grab an early town center.
Yeah, this is looking real bad for Kimo here, and Joe's just gonna walk away with this one just because he's got 2 down centers of production time. And also the other thing is Kimo doesn't know where his town center is. Like it's obvious where it is, but he doesn't know where it is. He hasn't scouted with these pigs.
Oh, the back one.
And yeah. So now we're seeing Kimo go for this town center. Will Joe do anything? He doesn't have it on the wider side.
I don't think Joe really cares too much.
Yeah, he's just happy to be producing everything in the right order and being really efficient.
Because he's way ahead. I mean, he's pretty far ahead.
Do you know what they say? When you're ahead, get more ahead.
Or play safe. Either way can go.
That sometimes playing safe is getting more ahead.
Sometimes it is.
We just need to basically Joe just needs to get to his heroic gauge now. He's chucking up his armory. He's got a lot of villagers onto food. Kimo's going to be super far behind, and this is just going to be maybe even just a rehash of our last game with Siege Tower's ancestors just pushing down this Sword Town Center. Joe can even mix in some mercenary if he wants. That's how close the town centers are.
Yeah, Kimo's behind about 5 villagers.
Insane. That's so many villagers for this early in the game.
Yeah, it is. That's quite a bit.
Joe's priest gets pushed away. Hyena chasing him down. He should be able to make it back to villages.
Yeah, should be able to reach safety.
Well, it looks like the Wadget does get picked off. Trade the Wadget for a deer of set there. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah, but this is the power of set, is the ability to just hunt kind of indefinitely under the town center at the beginning of the game. So
yeah.
All this roaming and wandering doesn't do much.
Yeah. You cannot push a set player off hunt. Now we're seeing the heroic gauge coming through at about 30%. And the Kimo is far away to be sure.
Yeah.
He's got 27 villagers on food, and he's only halfway completed his armory, so it's looking like it's going to be like a 9 or 10 minute heroic gauge here for Kimo. Which is
that's way too slow.
Ouchie.
You just can't really in like Egypt. I mean, I guess it's kind of true for any mirror. You can't really afford to fall behind, because it's not like you really get any sort of like Civ specific like benefit that can help you catch up. Like you're the same exact as your opponent. If you're behind, you're just always behind.
Yeah, and here's the Migdal stronghold just out of line of sight of that town center. It's like Joe knows. Wait, because is it just us? Yeah, just out of line of sight. That's so good. Really nice positioning from Joe there. He's going to get that one up for free, and it's going to be really able to help him on this push. You can also build out... Well, he actually can't. He's got no food in the bank at the moment. I was going to say you can build out some elephants because of how much food he's got, or how much hunt he's got, but he needs to gather that hunt. So he's going to be going for chariot archers. He's going to be going for siege towers, and it's going to be a big one.
Joe's got a nice relic too. It makes archers 15% cheaper.
Yeah. These chariot archers now cost 85 wood and 34 gold, so you can build quite a bit more than you would otherwise think. And it kind of makes it almost I mean, you also have the set bonus, which makes your chariot archers build faster. So they're very speedy chariot archers.
Yeah.
There's
Shoot.
the siege tower coming out as well, so that's going to be huge. And Kimo is advancing. He's 90%, so he's going to have ancestors to fight back against ancestors, but he's just going to be behind on the military by quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Chariots will come in on the food.
Oh, this is a raid, yeah. Big raid. 5 chariot archers, big enough villages here, and you're already behind on villager count.
I almost would have liked to have seen. I mean, it's kind of picky at this point, but to see Joe put up a siege workshop first.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much it changes anything.
Really, you'd get an extra siege tower with your push.
Yeah.
And here comes
Here
the
we go,
push.
making the push in. Villagers get pulled off the line, jump into the town center, and you have to do a really good micro here to pick off these siege towers. And so does Joe. He needs to pull the siege tower back, focus fire the villagers with his chariots. See Kimo cast the ancestors, and Joe casts the ancestors. So far, so good for Joe.
Now, Kimo, on the other hand, should not have built his siege workshop first.
There's the shifting sands. Pulls a lot of Joe's army into Kimo's base, and Kimo taps out. Probably one of the fastest games we've seen all tournament.
One of the fastest series.
Yeah, that was a thrashing.
Man. A comment in chat that if Kimo's name weren't on the scorecard, you would have no idea it was Kimo. It was.
I think this goes to show, like, this is something that Chrono JJ has mentioned before about the difference between playing random 1v1 games and playing tournament games, where your brain it's just the wiring is just slightly different, because you have in the back of your head that you're not just playing for virtual pixels in raiding, you're actually playing to stay alive in the tournament. If you lose, it's like you're out or whatever. So you start questioning yourself and don't play as well as you normally can. And because Kimo has a history of falling out of tournaments a little bit early, I feel like he's kind of got that issue just from watching these games.
Well, I mean, whatever the issue was, it resulted in some pretty poor play. I mean, there's really no other way to put it. But let's not forget, Joe did play well. I really, looking at what he did, there wasn't really much to say like, oh, that's messed up or that's wrong. He played pretty efficiently, and when you're efficient and your opponent is not, and you have, outside of the first game, you've got 2 mirror matches, then you get pretty easy wins.
Yeah. I mean, Joe's been playing Egyptian forever, man, and he's not surprised when he plays Egyptian. He knows what you have to do. He's played Magic a lot in Egyptian Wars, and it's also always really close, if not Joe favored in those Magic games. So he's played the best and stood toe to toe with them. So if you're going to come into the series and play Egyptian into his Egyptian, you better be ready, because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and just speaking of just the early delay in the town centers, at the 8-minute mark, Joe already had 1,000 more resources gathered than Kimo, 6,000 to 5,000. So that's a lot in 8 minutes.
Wow. Yeah. Big difference in 5 villages for that long, right? And just like being able to hunt because you got all of that extra hunt earlier, just like able to hunt so well.
Able to hunt and didn't have to move villies all the way down to the bottom of the map like Kimo had to. But man, would have like when it comes to like Egyptian series, like you go into it kind of expecting like 30-minute, 40-minute slugfest, but we were not even close to that.
Nope. So just outclassing on the day.
Man.
I mean, there's always the chance that Kimo gets to gets to actually show us what he's made of. He gets to go into the losers bracket now and fight his way back to the finals.
Yes, we
So
do have
there
that.
is hope for him.
Hope for redemption, because
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to have redemption after this.
Alrighty, well, I'm gonna head off. I don't know what Chrono JJ is gonna do, if he's gonna stick around or not. But
Well, as fast as these were,
I'm gonna say thanks and bye to my stream. Appreciate you guys. Hang out with JJ until the sun comes back up, and I'll see you for some games on the weekend.
There you go. Have a good one, man.
Peace.
Yeah, I don't actually know what the results are of the loser bracket games, but I'm not gonna have time to do them tonight. It's 11 o'clock. But maybe I could. I don't know. Maybe we could play a. Yeah, well, Kimo's on right now. Look at him go. Oh, there's a 3v3 to get into. Let's get into 3v3. Let's play a 3v3. Ikuki Q has followed. GG, well played. Well, let's update our Jovi Kimo little thing here. Now that we're done, that was not an expected result. Well, yeah, not the expected result, and not in the expected way either. That was some thrashing, man. So Joe is Ra, and then we had, what did we have? We had Ravi Oranos. That's what we had for the first game. And then we had Isis v Isis. Isis, and then set. So set on Marsh. Isis on Anatolia. Dang, this is not lined up at all. Let's fix this here. Oh, come on. These ladies don't want to line up here. Oh, whatever. Well, now the set isn't lined up. There you go. Okay, and let's get our... Oh, this is not right. Holy smokes. I'm choosing the wrong crap. And let's go order up to the top here. Win for Joe. Win for Joe. And win for Joe makes a quick 3-0 series. Whew. Can one say that Magyar was objectively a better player than Mista? I mean, one can say anything, but I can't, because, as I've said before, I don't even know if I've ever watched a Magyar recorded game, so I really can't attest to that. I don't know. I am not sure. I am told Magyar was... It's kind of weird, because as much time as I played, but I was not playing AOM in the time when Magyar was playing AOM, so I don't know. That's my answer. I think they're probably, from what I've heard, fairly equal. Maybe Magyar a little bit better. Why don't I simply watch them? Well, because I don't have much time. Most of my time, outside of like current tournament games, I don't watch recorded games unless like they're my old like nostalgic ones that I'll load up and be like, yeah, look at me go back in 2005. But other than that, most of my time now is spent either organizing this tournament or doing recorded games. But I'll have time to play like one game tonight, so I haven't been playing much. Like, I've played like 1 or 2 games in the last like month or so, but less than that. Last few weeks. We keep getting people coming in and out of these games here. But let's... Castiel has followed. guess some of his games against Magic and Mista. So yeah, maybe once this tournament's done, maybe you'll see me. Maybe I'll do that. And we'll go from there. It'll be nice because I won't know any of the results at all. So that'd be kind of cool. But I'm already kind of behind on the recorded games for this tournament. So on my free time, I'll have to restream these first and go from there. But alrighty, let's oh, what god you guys want here? I don't want to see my protege get stomped. Alrighty. Oh, you know what I need to do here? Since it entertains some people, let's get my APM counter up and running here. There we are. Oh, that's not the right thing. APM. There we go. I'm at 0 APM. That can't be right. 3. There we go. All the way up to 3. Yes. Oh, Dod Snick comes in. He wants Kronos. Alright, we'll do Kronos. Is this the patch or no patch? Here. Okay, 4.0. Who is Bill Gregg? Does he play AOM? The question comes up again. Ha. So the donor for the tournament is anonymous. The donor for the tournament wished to call the tournament the Bill Gregg Open. So who is Bill Gregg? No one really knows. Bill Gregg could be, I don't know, some famous dude somewhere, or Bill Gregg could be anything. He could be the homeless guy on 26th and Cal. He could be the homeless guy on Whacker Drive, or he could be some rich dude somewhere, or an AKA of Bill Gates, who coincidentally has the same same names. Some Brazilian that stole a debit card. I like that one too. Magyar is Vizicachi from League of Legends. That is correct. So someone did ask earlier why Magyar doesn't play. I would think one reason that he doesn't play anymore is probably because he had a professional League of Legends career, which I thought he retired or something. I don't know, but I don't know what he's doing now. Bill Gregg is me. No, I will say that. I will confirm that Bill Gregg is not me. And not me. Why does it have to be a Brazilian dude, though? I mean, anybody could steal a credit card or a debit card. Oh, he did retire. Okay. Volume? What's wrong with my volume? Something wrong with the volume? Chronos Thor Oranos. 80s Chronos Oranos. Boy, I tell you what, a 330 rush would be absolutely awful here. Let's do it. Oh, I can't now that I built a Eco Guild. Alright, guys, no 330 rush. Sorry. Just a psych in case people were watching my stream on the other team. They won't know. I can't 330 rush now that I built an Eco Guild, my man. Sorry, Snickers, if you wanted it. But I can't do that now. Me and BoIt's child. No, I have my own children. I don't need a kid with BoIt. You missed the old Alfheim. In regards to what exactly? Well, you could time shift towers on the cliffs. Yes, they were so expensive though. Nowadays, imagine it now with your cheaper tower time shifting. 100 wood, 75 gold. That would be tasty. What relic we got up here? Alright. Cheer Ballista Pierce damage. Alright. I really would like to find some more hunt other than these bear I haven't yet. Oh, there's some. Right next to the bear. Okay. What are these tooltips telling me? Oh, for the Kiro Ballista stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, what's this one? +5, wait. +5% Ballista and Archer. What, this is like the same relic. Oh man, my Chiros. You know what? It's time to go full Chiro. I'm Kronos too. That's what we're going, boys. Men and women. Full Kiro Ballista. That is the game today. Get the flaming arrows. Actually, I don't think it does much for Kiro Ballistas. That's long ago. Oh, Kiro Automaton. Man, there you go. Yeah. Oh, what's this? You get out of my face. Yeah, I like that. Least the damage to building. Not really. I don't think it does. I mean, technically it does, but I don't think it does because I'll have to look once I make a Kiro. But I'm pretty sure Kiro do pierce damage. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, how about I build a temple, huh? Stop attacking my oracles. Oh yeah. Great idea, Sigma. That's why I have you in chat. That's why I made you a mod. Definitely why I made you a mod. I gotta think here though. Maybe another one on wood? How'd I get hand axe? Cause Kronos also gets better Kiros anyway. Oh wow, it's some good relics over here. Can you be a mod? I don't know if I can make a mod on YouTube's. Well, dang it, I can't. What am I waiting to get Valor to get these relics, and I'm going up with Leto. That's not gonna work. Oh, what? I forgot. My goodness. I definitely need more on gold if I'm gonna do this crap. Ajax is trying to spoil my plans. Oh man, this sucks. I really kind of mismanaged where I was gonna. What's down here? Aw, oh, dang it. Alright, alright. We get another. And who's lagging? Expect me to do my godlike micro. Oh, red comes down to save the day, huh? What's my hotkey for a Kiro anyway?
Lost. Yuji. Bure. Yuji. Lost.
Yeah.
Mark. Osto. Yuji.
The most defensive Kronos in the world.
Skopos. Bure.
Jeez, this red guy. This is what I deal with.
Skopos.
My cows are trying to go to battle.
Herr Joes.
Can I get this relic? That'd be great if I could.
Osto. Mark. Eschloss.
Alright.
Eschloss. Mark. Osto. Eschloss. Skopos.
Something tells me I might need... Okay, he's good. He's good.
Skopos. Skopos. Yuji.
Hey, stop leading.
Burek. Yuji. Osto. Burek. Eschloss. Skopos.
Yeah, they aggressive early, but we got this.
Skopos.
Oh, it's surf. I don't have enough gold.
Burek. Skopos.
Ooh, house? Okay. And more robots. These things are expensive.
Burek. Skopos. Yuji. Yuji. Burek.
Jos os Yuji.
Yuji. Burek. Skopos. Skopos. Burek.
Burek ma. Burek.
Yuji.
Watch this trick.
Yuji.
Yeah, the Chiro Ray. Oh, yeah. Stop this.
Burek. Also Yuji. Skopos. Burek. Yuji.
Those things got plowed.
Most intim. Mark.
Herr Joes?
Burek.
Jos os Yuji.
Man, this guy doesn't even have any heroes. Let's munch this. Yeah.
Yuji.
Get out of my face.
Yuji.
Oh, where are you going, woman?
Yuji.
Whoa.
Yuji.
Alright, that's not so good.
Skopos. Burek. Burek. Yuji. Herr Joes. Mark. Yuji. Also Fine. Yuji. Fine. Burek.
Burek os Yuji. Yuji. Yuji.
Skopos.
Ooh, let's upgrade this. Maybe get on some of my cattle. There we go.
Burek. Skopos. 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 Burek.
See if I can pick off some units here.
Yuji.
Skopos. 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 Yuji.
He's still in here, isn't he?
Herr Joes. Mark. Osto.
Herr Joes?
Osto. Eschloss. Skopos.
Whoa. Man, look at this!
Jos Yuji.
Yes, Chiro Ballistas do outrange the town center. Whoa. Way to pay attention there.
Yuji.
Skopos. Yuji. Burek. Burek. Burek.
Jos Jos.
Skopos. Yuji. Yuji. Skopos. Intim. Burek. Skopos. Yuji.
Joe, Uji, Uji.
Skopos. Yuji. Burek.
Uji,
Skopos. Burek. Yuji.
Joe,
Skopos.
Dang it.
Yuji.
They train so slowly, though.
Burek. Yuji. Burek. Burek. Burek.
Okay, how about I just make more
Yuji. Yuji. Most elim.
of these things, huh? Oh, dang it.
Skopos.
Burek,
Yuji. 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 Yuji.
I knew I should have transported a
Also,
house here first.
Herr Joe's. Most elim.
Burek. Yuji. Skopos. 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 Burek. 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 Skopos. Burek. 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 Skopos. Yuji. Burek.
Herr Joe's.
Okay.
Yuji. Most elim.
What if I'm, yeah.
Skopos.
Skopos. Burek. Burek. Yuji. Skopos. Burek.
Osto.
Whoa, I lost all my relics transporting my
Skopos.
temple like an idiot.
Yuji. Burek. Yuji.
Yuji. Diot.
I'm an idiot.
Skopos.
Yuji.
It's alright.
Skopos. Yuji.
Yuji. Skopos. Burek. Yuji. Osto. Yuji. Skopos. Yuji. Skopos. Burek. Skopos. Burek. Yuji. Yuji. Osto. Eszlos. Skopos. 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 Burek. Yuji. 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 Burek. Skopos. Skopos.
Alright, now I got it.
Yuji. Burek. 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 Yuji.
Most elim. Herr Joe's.
Yuji.
Man,
Yuji. Eszlos. Burek.
alright.
Skopos. Yuji. Herr Joe's. Burek.
Yuji.
Burek. Also. Burek.
Herr Joe's. Osto.
Yuji. Yuji. Skopos.
Oh man, and this buddy's repairing in the background. Yeah, look at him go.
Osto.
Burek. Skopos. 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 Yuji. Burek. Yuji.
Yeah, yellow could have aged up, you're right. But he didn't, so I appreciate that.
Skopos. Burek. Skopos. Yuji. Burek. Burek. Yuji. Burek. Yuji. Skopos. Burek. 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 Yuji. Skopos. 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 Burek. Skopos.
Really appreciate him sending that hero Villi up here.
Skopos.
Most intel.
How's it going on the other side anyway?
Burek. Skopos.
Burek.
Skopos. Yuji.
I'll deconstruct that later. I'm not really too concerned about it now.
Skopos. Yuji. Burek. Yuji. Burek. Burek. Yuji. Burek. Burek.
Burek.
He is.
Osto.
Burek. Skopos.
How long before that thing gets built? Jeez.
Burek. Skopos. Burek.
Okay, well now it outranges. Let's age up. Let's go with, man, if he's gonna use
Yuji.
whatever. What do I care?
Herr Joes. Erschlossen.
Very slow age up here.
Burek. Burek. Skopos. Yuji. Yuji.
Herr Joes. Erschlossen.
Yuji. Skopos. Skopos. Burek. Skopos. Burek. Skopos. Skopos. Yuji. Burek. Yuji.
Maybe I should have deconstructed that. Oh, he's making another one anyway.
Yuji. Skopos.
Burek. Osto. Herr Joes. Yuji.
Skopos. Skopos. Yuji.
Oh man! Earthquake.
Yuji. Also. Skopos. Also. Yuji.
Herr Joes. Yuji. Burek. Yuji.
Herr Joes.
Skopos. Herr Joes. Yuji.
Burek. Also.
That earthquake was not nice.
Yuji.
Okay, what should I make now?
Burek. Yuji.
Also.
Oh, dang it.
Burek. Yuji. Burek.
Skopos. Herr Joes.
Burek. Yuji. 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 It's lost. It's lost. It's lost.
Burek.
Oh man. Huh. At least I got a chimera, huh?
Also, Yuji. Yuji. It's lost.
Man! We need to kill that. Punch, punch, punch. Oh, Balder. Well, that saved the day. It would be nice to use my... Boy, not killing that underworld is really hurt.
Osto.
Burek. It's lost.
Skopos. It's lost.
Get on the TC, my man.
Burek. It's lost.
Herr Joes.
Don't know about this thing. Don't know about this game, my guys. Don't know about this game.
Burek. Herr Joes. Skopos. It's lost. Moat. Herr Joes. Moat intel.
Oh, what? Yeah, use the Godfather something other than me for once. What's this nonsense over here? Oh dang it! How did I get that? What relic is this up here? I still got these clowns back here.
Burek also. Burek Yuji. Yuji.
Oh, you're right. Time shift tower. Yeah, good idea.
Skobos. Osto. Mak.
Alright, we fighting back here, fellows. We're fighting back. How are you doing going idle? What is going on with this thing?
Joes. Osto. Mos Osto. Burek. Yuji. Vest. Yuji. Osto. Yuji. Osto. Yuji. Mos Intem.
Okay, I got him. Got all his units forward now. What a slugfest this game is, huh?
Skobos. Mos Intem. Eschlost. Yuji.
Why is my hotkey not working for time shifting? Yeah, I did the Kimo and Joe earlier. You are correct. I think he's gonna get this town center up. Maybe. Oh, he's not.
Schloss. Mark.
Skopos, Schlost.
Skopos, Schloss.
Osto, Osto.
Skopos. Burek. Skopos.
What I need to do is to age up, actually.
Skopos, Yuji.
Burek. Yuji. Yuji.
Dang, there's no more gold though anywhere.
Yuji.
Skopos. Yuji. Moat. Yuji. Moat. Yuji. Moat. Yuji.
Yuji. Mark. Burek. Yuji. Skopos.
Yo, what's up, warlords?
Burek. Volley.
Burek.
Skopos. Volley.
Yuji. Burek.
Yuji. Volley.
Skopos. Mark. Burek. Skopos.
Dang it, I can't afford to lose this, so.
Yuji. Burek. Skopos. Burek. Burek. Burek.
Burek. Osto.
Skopos. Skopos.
I'm trying to get it to convert it.
Skopos. Skopos. Burek. Burek.
Watch this, I'm gonna age up.
Skopos. Skopos.
I think we got this, guys. I think we really do.
Burek.
That was Helios.
Burek.
What's this right here? Oh, some rat. Boy, I have like no eco though. Man, we got this, boys. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, thanks for showing up, huh? Can't beat this. You can't beat this. Warlord's in here talking trash. He doesn't know what I went through to win this game. Look, how in the world does this guy have Villies here? How are they all here? They must have gone through this underworld. Man. What a game. What a game, huh? That was a team effort. Dragonite, he came through big at the end. Yellow just folded under the pressure. Man, I'm glad I stayed up for that. Oh, you can't take out this. Man. This guy can go full Kiro. Update the game of the week. How do you get my overlay? If you have OBS, I could, I don't know if I can send it to you. I'm not sure. I made it myself. Kira Ballista over, yes. Kira Ballista need nerfed. I was in age 3, just a little bit too long with the brisk 35-minute mythic age. But hey, look at that, more units killed than lost. Yeah. I like it. Like it there. Oh, the game overlay. Oh yeah. It's where is it here? It's not Joe versus Kimo. Let me find it for you here. So you got really the sites, I guess RTS Sanctuary is the main one. This is what you're looking for. Tooltip. This is what I got. Right here. This is what you want. No, this is what you want. Let's see. Overlay. Yeah. Oh man, look how small this text is. Well, let's go back to this one from the beginning. Sorry, spoilers, I guess. Shoot, 11:53, man. Here I am, a grown man with 2 kids playing games at 11:54 p.m. Yeah, I'm done, Colby. I'm done. So maybe I'll have a stream some point tomorrow. I really don't know. Cheers to me for that victory. These guys couldn't take it. I'll look at them all left. Man, that was a high skill game too. Woo-wee. Anyway, I'm dad of the year. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed, guys. So thanks for watching and tuning in for the early stream. Earlier on was the Joe versus Kimo, and what are the rest of the tourney games? You mean like I don't think there's any scheduled, but there'll be some this weekend. A couple more. I got more tournament games to do. I got a bit to catch up on, but I'm gonna be busy. Oh, this weekend. So it might, I don't even know if I'll have a stream tomorrow / today, whatever time it is. It might have to wait until next week. I'll have to do some catching up on the recorded game streams next week because I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I got a little overtime tomorrow being Thursday. And so I would probably have a stream Sunday the 9th into, well, most people's Monday the 10th. So I'd probably have streams these 2 days and then streams next weekend. Which, by the way, you see this February 14th? It's my birthday. My birthday, guys. You better have a huge. You know what? I think I'll do. I'm off that night. Yeah, it's a Friday night. Yeah, I'm off. What else would I do on a Friday night on my birthday but stream? A birthday stream. Yeah. So you tune in next Friday night for a birthday stream. Maybe I'll get myself like a birthday hat to wear or something. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. You're watching every game in the BGO. Yeah, there's a lot of good games. A lot of good series. So we'll have some more yet, obviously. Thanks, some chicks. Well, maybe my wife. It is Valentine's Day, which actually sucks. On my birthday, on my birthday, I have to buy gifts for the wife. This sucks. Anyway, I love my wife, and I love you guys too. And that's it for tonight. Goodbye.